Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Good morning. No matter how many times I wrote the introduction to this commentary this morning, I was unable to write it in such a way that it made sense. So I'm going to try my best to explain the concept, and if it still doesn't make sense, well, I'm really sorry. It's a failure to communicate, as it was once quoted in Cool Hand Luke. Remember that? What I see here is a failure to communicate. In any case, here's the introduction, and that is that sometimes there are things that happen in our lives that are earth-shattering, and they shake our confidence to the core. And sometimes we recover from that, and sometimes we don't. And then there are other moments in life that go by seemingly unnoticed, but yet still continue to chip away at our sense of confidence. That's the nature of what it means to be human. Sometimes we're rocked to the core and we lose confidence in ourselves, and sometimes just over time we lose our sense of confidence. So today I only want to address the issue of what does it mean to lose confidence in ourselves, and how do we regain it? How do we find a way to emerge from moments in which we are feeling insecure so that we can emerge more capable of our abilities, more confident in who we are? There is a moment in this morning's Parsha that without a doubt rocks the Jewish people's confidence to the core. It's the moment where Nadav and Avihu, Aaron's two sons, die in a tragic accident in the tabernacle. And of course, there will be a series of laws that come about from that moment in order to once again ensure us a sense that we can avoid those catastrophes in the future if we only adhere to these specific laws. But long before that occurs in the Torah reading, the Jewish people are already insecure. They already feel a sense that they're treading on thin ice, and that at any moment the ground beneath their feet might give way and they might be swallowed up by the earth. And so there is this wonderful moment in the Torah reading. It reads as follows: Vayavo Moshe ve'Aaron el Ohel Moed, vayetzu vayivarchu et ha'am vayar kivod Adonai al kol ha'am. That Moses and Aaron went into the Ohel Moed, the tent of meeting. They met with God, and then they came out and they blessed the Jewish people. And God appeared before all the people. Vatetzei eish milifnei Adonai, v'tochal al hamizbeach et ha'olav et ha'chalavim, vayar kol ha'am, vayaronu vayiplu al paneihem. And a fire came forth from God and swallowed up the sacrifice. It's as if the Jewish people had offered a sacrifice and God willingly accepted it. You know that feeling. It happens in your lives when you give someone a gift and they receive it and you feel good because you gave them something they wanted. And that's what's going on here. And the Jewish people are pleased with the way the events have unfolded. This is long before the death of the two sons of Aaron. It's a beautiful moment in which the Jewish people finally connect. And they feel as though they have overcome the sins of their past. And it's the such of a Rebbe who offers us something so beautiful in terms of an understanding about this moment. V'yesh lomar shehem chashvu atzmam meruchakim v'nezufim machmat chet ha'egel. There is, says the such of a Rebbe, this concern that the Jewish people have that God has distanced God's self from them because of the sin of the golden calf. They continue to walk through life with the baggage of the sin that they committed in building the golden calf, and they feel themselves unworthy of a connection with the Almighty because they have put a wedge between God and the Jewish people. We know that feeling in our own lives. We know the moments where we have done something wrong and we feel less confident going forward. Maybe we'll make the same mistake a second time. Maybe this time we won't be able to recover. Maybe they continue to think about what wrongs we did in the past. We carry that baggage with us. Each and every one of us can think of a moment in a relationship, whether it be with our parents or with our children, with our spouses, with our siblings, in which we know we have done something wrong, and we ask ourselves, how long are they going to hold on to it when they have long let it go? We recognize it is ourselves who continue to hold on to it, and the Such of a Rebbe continues. V'chol ananim shaya lahem haya rak b'zchut Moshe. And they thought to themselves that God gave us this cloud that protects us during the day, the fire at night, only because of Moses. We're not deserving of it ourselves. It's because of Moses that God continues to shower such protection on us. It has nothing to do with me, because guess what? I'm a sinner. I've done things wrong in the past. It couldn't be because of me. It must be because somebody else's kindness. And then Such of a Rebbe continues, V'chein be'anan be'inyan al hamishkan lo haya chidush beinehem shemishkan haya Shem yitbarach hakamato al yedei Moshe. And that we had the fortune of building this tabernacle. It wasn't out of our own hands that we did it, even though it was. It's because Moses instructed us, and we were capable, and we were successful because of Moses. Not because we had toiled ourselves, not because we had done the work ourselves, says the Such of a Rebbe. It's because of Moses. They never could own their own accomplishment of building what they had built because of themselves. We do that all the time. We diminish our own capacity, our own capabilities, our own accomplishments and achievements, and we say it's because somebody else did it, not because of us. Got lucky, maybe we say to ourselves. And then the Such of a Rebbe continues. Aval bekarbanot she'al yedei lo yarad ha'esh rak al yedei avodat ha'aron. And that God decided to accept the sacrifice not because we offered it sincerely, not because we had made full amends for our previous actions, but because Aaron was such a good guy. He represented us so well. It was because God didn't want to disappoint Aaron. It had nothing to do with us. It's because of Aaron's work that God accepts the sacrifice. And then the Such of a Rebbe concludes. V'zeh haya hitpa'alut lihdabek b'Hashem yitbarach be'ahava acharei re'otam chibatam lefanav yitbarach. Such of a Rebbe says something so beautiful. He says, your gifts get accepted when you do so with love and with a desire to connect, b'chibatam, a desire to be close to. And then you recognize that God accepts your gift because you bring it with a sense of sincerity, a sense of genuine love. And then you begin to understand that if you can love God and God can love you, then says Such of a Rebbe, you can love yourself. And you can own your own accomplishment. Says the Such of a Rebbe, yes, we all have baggage in our lives. Yes, we all have moments in which we've done something wrong. Yes, each and every one of us carries with us all of the mistakes of our past. But at some point, says the Such of a Rebbe, you have to know that you're a capable, conscientious, genuine, sincere person whose accomplishments are your own, whose achievements you ought to own. Because We're not the sum of all of our mistakes, but we are ever striving to do better, to draw ourselves closer to one another and to the Almighty. Sometimes we need the outside praise. Just like it began in this morning's Torah reading, Vayavo Moshe v'Aaron el Ohel Moed, Vayetzu Vayivarchu et ha'am. They blessed the Jewish people. Sometimes we need the outside reinforcement that we're good and that we're kind and that we're capable. Sometimes we need that affirmation to come from someone else, as Moses and Aaron provide for the Jewish people. But sometimes we're just going to have to own it from within. Sometimes we can take the affirmations from others, not dismiss them. Don't let them go in one ear and out the other, but feel them, own them, internalize them. Then we'll be able to do it better for ourselves in the future. Shabbat Shalom. We continue with the Chatzi Kaddish, which introduced the Musaf service on page 184. Please rise.